Welcome to the Deep Mind Podcast. Where truth speaks louder than noise. Late nights, deep thoughts, searching for the meaning. World moving fast, but nobody is healing. Everybody talking, but nobody listening. Too much division, too much pretending. We speak about life, pain, purpose, and power. Conversations that can change you in an hour. From the struggle to success, from faith to survival. Real stories, real people, real revival.
Open your mind, let your soul breathe. There's more to this life than what we see. No fear, no limits, no disguise. Truth lives when the deep mind rise. Welcome to the deep mind, where the real ones speak freely. Conversations that inspire, touching hearts deeply. We question the system, we challenge the lies. Searching for wisdom, opening eyes. This is the deep mind, the deep mind.
Issues to spiritual battles, breaking down the chains and breaking mental shackles. Voices from the culture, voices from the streets. Every episode bringing truth to the beat. We talk growth, family, pressure and pain. How to lose yourself and find hope again. No judgment here, only understanding. A place where every voice keeps expanding. One vision,
one truth,
one mission. To educate,
motivate minds,
leaving darkness far behind.
Welcome to the deep mind, where the strong survive the storm. Every story has a purpose. Every lesson helps us grow. We speak life, we speak truth for the people worldwide. This is more than a podcast. It's a movement of the mind. The deep mind. The deep mind.
The Deep Mind Podcast. Think deeper, live wiser. Welcome to the Deep Mind Podcast. Where truth speaks louder than noise. Late nights, deep thoughts, searching for the meaning. World moving fast, but nobody is healing. Everybody talking, but nobody listening. Too much division, too much pretending. We speak about life, pain, purpose, and power. Conversations that can change you in an hour. From the struggle to success, from faith to survival. Real stories, real people, real revival.
Open your mind, let your soul breathe. There's more to this life than what we see. No fear, no limits, no disguise. Truth lives when the deep mind rise. Welcome to the deep mind, where the real ones speak freely. Conversations that inspire, touching hearts deeply. We question the system, we challenge the lies. For wisdom, opening eyes. This is the deep mind. The deep mind.
Issues to spiritual battles, breaking down the chains and breaking mental shackles. Voices from the culture, voices from the streets. Every episode bringing truth to the beat. We talk growth, family, pressure and pain. How to lose yourself and find hope again. No judgment here, only understanding. A place where every voice keeps expanding. One vision,
one truth,
one mission.
To uplift,
educate,
motivate minds,
leaving darkness far behind.
Welcome to the deep mind, where the strong survive the storm. Every story has a purpose. Every lesson helps us grow. We speak life, we speak truth for the people worldwide. This is more than a podcast. It's a movement of the mind. The deep mind. The deep mind.
The Deep Mind Podcast. Think deeper, live wiser.
All right. I'd like to welcome every one of you folks to tonight edition of the show. And of course, I'd like to begin by saying um, what a wonderful way to welcome you all to tonight edition of the show. I must begin to say I want to sincerely apologize to you all that obviously I haven't been able to come um, weekly. I'm still struggling with timing and stuff like that. We're going to get there at some point in time. But the show was scheduled for 8 p.m. tonight. Many of you who follow our different social media platforms would have seen that. Unfortunately, we had to make a very minimal adjustment due to some very important thing that is happening in the state of New South Wales and Queensland, particularly in Australia, to be precise. I was made aware that there is a very important entertainment, sport entertainment precisely. It's called the State of Origin. For those of you in Australia would know exactly what I'm referring to. And that sporting event is on air tonight at, I think, in New South Wales, just after 8 o'clock. And so I am a big supporter of the state of New South Wales. This is a three-series sporting competition that try to seek the bragging rights of the two states, the state of New South Wales and that of Queensland. The first one, many of you will know, New South Wales won convincingly, in my opinion. And the second series, Queensland won, I mean, convincingly too. So tonight to be the final of that series. And hopefully New South Wales can come out victorious and so that we can all cheer New South Wales. So because of that, I had to make some adjustment to our time, and that is why we are starting this early. So I want to sincerely apologize to you for that. And also, I like to say thank you all who continue to follow, like, and share our show. We are growing platforms. I want to continue to encourage you to provide us with your feedback. Your comments will help us grow, will help us do things better. And because, like many of you will know, this is a new space for us. And so we are learning through the process, and your comment and feedback, your suggestion, and everything that you can do to help us, we will highly appreciate. Continue to follow us on Facebook. The Facebook page is called Nush Saki, but the Facebook account, let me correctly say, the Facebook account is called Nush Saki, and the page is called the Deep Mind Podcast. If you go on YouTube, it's called the Deep Mind Podcast. You just follow that, subscribe to our channel, and let's grow together as we share our opinion on national, social issues that affect us and help us to be better. And that's why we call the show the Deep Mind Podcast. We're not just discussing the regular thing. We are challenging the regular things. We are trying to think deeper into why things happen the way it happened, and if we can make sense about it, that would be good. So that is why we are here tonight. So I want to say welcome everyone. I don't intend to take more than an hour of your time tonight. I'd like to say welcome and thank you again for joining us. Please continue to like, follow, and share with us, because your friend may not be my friend may not be your friend, but as you continue to share the show with someone, we can grow our platform to where we want it to be. Thank you. Now, of course, before we get into our discussion, this show is sponsored by one of our local producer in the juice industry. Now, this is what I've often say to people: when you want to get rid of bad habit, you need to replace the bad habit with something good. Let's say, for example, you want to quit smoking. You can't just quit smoking without replacing that habit with something better, and that gave you the opportunity to progress. So I'm getting rid of sugary drinks, Coke, energy drink, any other thing. I'm getting rid of it, and I'm replacing that because I need to replace it with a good habit, as I said. So I'm replacing that with fresh homemade juice. If you can see on the camera, is K Fresh Juice, pure natural refreshing juice. There is no additional sweeteners, there's no additional preservatives, there's no color, nothing added to it. It's naturally made, locally produced in New South Wales, precisely in Newcastle. So it's three for $12. Now it sounds a little bit expensive, but come on, yeah, it's worth every single bit of it. I encourage you to follow their page. It's also on Facebook. Follow the page, make an order, try it, and tell me how you feel about it. So the flavor tonight I'm drinking is pineapple and ginger. So you can see a little bit of mix. Pineapple is very good for your body. Ginger is also fantastic. And so you got that little bit of sweet from the pineapple, natural pineapple, no added sugar or anything. And you also get the taste of the ginger. Ginger is very nice. So this show is sponsored by this. It's three for $12. I just ordered my three, and it's very good. So encourage you to follow the Facebook page. It's on Facebook, K Fresh Juice on Facebook. Follow them, put in an order. I think it comes in three different flavors. I normally have the pineapple and ginger and orange and mango, I think. But if you follow them on Facebook, you get that. Now, let me not bore you too much. You be wondering, why am I here? Tonight, for those of you who have followed our page, you see that I've posted why I want to talk to you about. And this is something that is dear to my heart. It's dear to my heart because I sense that we as humans, we struggle with some of these things, particularly what we're going to be talking about. And we are looking at the issues surrounding success. Now, you might think, what does that has to do with me? For some of you listening to me, it may mean absolutely nothing to you. You might not even consider it, which is fine. It's okay. But I can only hope that as you continue to listen to what I'm about to share with you, that you will see some insight into what I'm about to share with you, and that will help you to rethink, what is success? What does success look like? You see, I believe that every human being, you and I, regardless of where you find yourself, whether you are an Asian, African, Caucasian, wherever you find yourself, whatever religion, culture you find yourself, we all want to succeed. You heard me right. Everyone wants to succeed. You see, success is something that everyone loves. Everyone wants, everyone desires to succeed. But the difference is our understanding of what success look like could varies between individual. Some will consider that they are successful after probably finishing college, securing themselves a better job. They have a family. They got a house. They got a big car. Everything is moving well for them. They could consider that as success, and rightly so. Others will consider success to mean having everything that is so desired. And in most cases, we attribute success to financial stability, financial wealth. That's what we attribute success to in most cases. But the question that I want to ask you and to think about is, and this is what I'm saying, this is deep thinking. Is success just about material wealth? Is success about gaining those financial stability that you ever wish for, having the big cars, having the money, having the family, having everything you think you can have? Is that what success is? If that is what success is to you, that's fine. I'm not here to tell you don't think about that, but I want to give you a different perspective of what success should mean, or what success is. You see, it is safe to say to you and I that the word success is predictable. What do I mean by that? In order for you and I to succeed in whatever way we define success to mean to us, it is predictable. We can predict that we will succeed. Because you see, life is designed for us to succeed. It will make no sense that we were created not to succeed. It will make absolutely no sense. So life in itself is designed in a way that we all will succeed. How we go about to succeed is the challenge for you and I. Regardless of where we see and how we understand success is, I think there is an important things that guide us in succeeding in what area of our life we want to succeed. There are 5 questions I believe that guide us in how we succeed or how we define success. And if we can answer those 5 questions, then definitely we will succeed. And that is why I say success is predictable. You see, every human on earth is trying to answer these 5 questions. That's what I'm going to share with you tonight. In fact, these 5 questions that I'm about to share with you tonight, it is the motivation of everything that we do. These 5 questions motivate us in what we do today. If you wake up in the morning to go to work, you are motivated by these 5 questions. Whatever you do in your daily life, you are motivated by these 5 questions. These 5 questions, I believe, are the source of all of our problems, as you can imagine. The search for answers to these 5 questions are the source of all of our social, economical, financial, environmental, and you can just go on. Of all of our problems that you can think about is the search for these answers to these 5 questions. And our attempt to answer these 5 questions is the cause of our behavior today. So if you define success as to mean you have financial stability, you are married, you have your beautiful home, you have the car that you so ever desired, you have good health, everything is going well for you. If that is what you define as success, then your attempt to answer these 5 questions, that's what I'm going to share with you today. It is the cause of all of our problems in our society and in our world today. These 5 questions. Let's begin with the first question. Number 1, I believe for any human on earth to be successful in whatever he or she defines success to mean to them, they must answer this first question: who am I? Let me repeat. The first question that I believe any human in the pursuit of success and purpose for their life must answer, it is a question of identity. That is, who am I? Now, how many of us have ever had the opportunity to sit down and ask ourselves, who am I? This is not a question about establishing your ethnicity. This is not a question about establishing your original locality. It is a question about establishing your true identity. Who am I? This is a very tough question that most of us have yet to ask ourselves and find answer to. Who am I? Who are you? What have you come to understand about your very self? Who am I? You see, the average human is struggling with this very question of identity. We are struggling with trying to identify ourselves. That is why today many of us want to be like other people, because we have yet to establish and identify our true identity by answering the question to ourselves, who am I? That is why today you find people are trying to be like others. We will find our young women and young men who wants to be like some other person because they are still struggling in identifying themselves. In fact, let me say this. This is going to probably maybe hurt some people, and I must apologize. The entire fashion industry, the entire beauty industry is built on this question of self-identity and the weakness that the beauty and fashion industry has found, and they prey on those weaknesses in us because we are still struggling with self-identity. Who am I? Ask yourself, what have you discovered about your very self? You see, because of our quest to this answer, to this question, who am I? Some of us, we hate our body so bad to the point where we will do so many things to look like other people. We hit our face so bad that we will have to go to do plastic surgery to look like someone because we do not believe that the way that we were made by from our mother's womb, the way we were created, we do not believe that is the right way we should look. Self-identity. So because we do not believe that is what we should look like, we go through so many measures unnecessary to improve our look. We don't even get me started. But what I'm trying to drive at is the issue of self-identity is what causing us to do all of these things. Some of us hate our size. We feel society has made us to think that you can only be slim, medium in size to be sexy and good looking. So as a result, if we were born with if we are a little bit chubby and we no longer feel comfortable in our own look, because society has put us under this massive pressure of self-identity, and because society knows that we are struggling with self-identity, so they put this pressure on us and we want to be like other people. We go through so many things to try and look like others. Who are you? I want you to think about this. Ask yourself, who am I? You see, when you discover who you are, then nothing changes what you think. There's no amount of criticism from someone to tell you, look at you, you have a flat nose. Look at you, you have a pointed ear or whatever. None of that will bother you because you have discovered who you are in yourself and you feel self-confident in yourself. That no opinion from someone will trigger your weakness. Nothing. Then you have found the true meaning of self-identity. Then you have answered the question of who am I? So you see, personally for me, I love people opinion. You can say what you want to say to me. You can have your opinion. It means nothing to me. I know who am I. In fact, very often people joke around and call you, particularly when it comes to racism and black and stuff like that. Man, you call me black in whatever derogatory way, I accept it. Am I not black? Of course I am. Does that change what I value myself to be? Absolutely not. Now, you can go feel good about yourself. It means nothing to me because I believe I have come to understand and accept the self identity crisis that many people are facing today I think I have found answer to myself, and I know that I know who I am. Because why? I know I'm a child of God, born in the image and in the likeness of God. And if I do accept that I am a child of the Maker, who created me so uniquely. He positioned my nose where he wanted it to be. He positioned my eyes where he wanted it to be. He positioned my ears, my mouth, everything on me was uniquely formed by God. Then I don't care when someone says something to me. He know why he born me. He created and made me to be born in Africa. He knows. And accept that. So the question that I want to ask you tonight, have you found answer to the first question? Who am I? Who are you? You see, this is so real in our society today that many countries around the world are struggling. You find young people today who they are born as a man and they're like, oh no, I don't feel like I'm a man. I feel like I'm a woman. And society entertain the crisis that they are facing because of self-identity. We entertain that. We pass law to accept that something must be wrong. It is not normal. Who am I? Have you discovered who you are? Now, the next question that we must be able to answer in order for us to succeed, it is the question of, where am I from? Now, this is not the question of talking about, oh, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Africa. Oh, I'm from Australia. Or I'm from the UK. I'm from America. No, no, no. It has nothing to do with your geographical location. This is a question about your souls. It has absolutely nothing to do with your ethnicity. I'm an Australian, beautiful. I'm an American, beautiful. I'm a French national, beautiful. I'm a German, beautiful. I'm an African, even better. It has absolutely nothing to do with ethnicity or geographical location of where you were born. This question, where am I from, has everything to do with your souls. What is my souls? Before you can even think about the geographical location of where you're from, where were you before then? For me, I believe that the Bible that I read, clear disclosure, I'm a Christian. In fact, it's a big word. I'm a believer. Let me put it that way. I believe in the Bible, that the Bible is the original book without error, even though some people will read some things and they find it very controversial, but it takes time to read it and understand, because it's not just a normal book. It's not a book that you just read like a novel or some book written by men. No, this book, the Bible, was a book written by men, but these men and women was inspired by God to write them. So the words are not, it will require you deeper revelation to understand some of the things that is written. But then back to what I was saying, question number two, where am I from? I believe that until we answer this question, now, here is the problem. You can never answer the question of where are you from until you answer the question of who am I? Those two questions intertwine. They related, because until you know who you are, then you will be able to understand where you're from. Until you know where you're from, then you will absolutely grab the concept of who you are. So you see, I know that I am, but geographically, yes, I was born in Africa, Liberia. As many people would say, like President of the United States, a shithole country, good on him. That's how he feels. Doesn't change the fact that I'm a human being and he is. Simple. And we all have a end destination. We all are going to die one day and we will all be buried somewhere, and we'll all never have the opinion to express whether he live in the mansion or I live in a shithole place. That's it. Doesn't mean anything to me. But before I was born in Liberia or in Africa or wherever you were born, where were you before then? This is the question about your souls. So you see, until you realize and understand the source of you, where you from, then you will not struggle with the issue of self-identity because your souls gave you your identity. Your souls gave you the true meaning of who you are. So I believe I was born, I was made in the image of God. In fact, the Bible reminds me that in Jeremiah, he said, before I formed you in the womb of your mother, I knew you. Can you imagine that? The God is telling Jeremiah, who he was now prepared to tell to become a prophet. He said to Jeremiah that before your mom and dad started to think about having a child, I knew who you was going to become. That is his source. So until we discover our souls, the question of success is materialistic. When we fully understand our souls, then the question about success become more purposeful, become more meaningful, because then we will no longer gravitate to the materialistic things around us. We will now be looking at what am I here to do, which then lead us to the next question. Why am I here? Remember, I said to you, in order for us to be successful, the 5 questions, to have a true meaning of our lives, the 5 questions that we all must answer sincerely to ourselves. One, who am I? Self-identity. This is identity question. Who am I? I'm not asking you for your skin pigmentation. I'm a black man, I'm a white man, I'm an Asian, I'm a Caucasian, I'm an Indian. It has nothing to do with that. It's identifying yourself within yourself. The next question that you need to answer is, where are you from? And this question has to do with your original source. And the next question that you must ask yourself is, why am I here? This is it, and this is the very important one. Very, very important. Why am I here? Why was I born? You know, I told someone the other day, I'm a winner. Regardless whether I have money or not, I classify myself to be a champion. I'm a winner. Why? Because scientists tells us that when a man and a woman and have sexual intercourse and the man releases his sperm and all the other things, there are over 5 million sperm cells that he releases. And out of that, one penetrate the egg and then form into a child. So out of 5 million cells, I defeated 499 millions of them to become the only one. So I'm already a champion. I'm already a winner. Regardless of my physical, financial ability to do certain things, I know I'm a winner. So until we establish the purpose, why am I here? Why am I here? Why was I born? Why did God decided that I should be born in Australia? If you were born in Australia, because I wasn't. Why did God decided that I should be born in America, in wherever you were born? What is my purpose? This question has to do with purpose. What is my purpose? What is my purpose on this earth? Regardless of your situation, Everyone must be able to identify their purpose. Because when you identify your purpose, man, you can do so much. Why am I here? Why? Let me put it in this way. Let me have a drink of my K Fresh juice. Why am I here? Today, you are working in an institution. I want you to think and ask yourself, why am I here? Why am I working in this environment? It's not because you are smart. It's not because you think that you are the best at what you do. In fact, let me shock you. In your absence, there's somebody who will immediately take your place. So if you think that the reason why you are there is because you are smart, you are the brightest, you are very qualified, and no other person, I'm telling you, you are misleading yourself. Because without you, that company will exist. They will employ someone else in your role and things will move forward. Maybe they might miss you for some time because of your experience, your expertise, and stuff like that. But the company will move on. So the question that you might ask yourself in those places of where you work, whatever you do, however you do it, the question you might ask yourself, why am I here? Am I just here to be a number? Or am I here for a purpose that needs to be fulfilled? Am I here that through my interaction, someone can find hope? Am I here that through my interaction with someone, they can find a meaning to their life? Am I here because of my ability to do certain things and I must use my skills, my God-given talent in a way that improves the life of somebody? Or am I just here to be part of a team? Why am I here? The next question that we must ask ourselves is, what can I do? What can I do? This question is about potential. What am I capable of doing? What is my true power? What is my true ability? You see, today there are so many people who are doing things that they do not love, they have no interest in, but they are stuck doing it because they have yet to discover their true power and true ability. So, because of that, they can't move on. So, they are stuck. But once you discover your true power and your true ability, moving on is easier. When you don't like it, you move on because you have now discovered your potential, that nothing restricts or limits you from moving forward. What can I do? Scientists have discovered, and I was researching this, that the average human, like you and I, if you consider yourself to be an average human, the average human use only 10% of their brain power. Can you imagine? This is research by scientists. Say the average human being uses 10% of their brain power. It goes on to say that if someone uses 11, 12, 15 to 20% of their brain power, they are referred to as genius. They are extraordinary. And those people who are able to use 10, 15, 20% of their brain power, they have come to discover their true purpose, their true power, their true ability. That's why they are no longer an average person. You see, our society and our world, in most part of our world, has structure us in a way that limits our true ability. In fact, our educational system also contributing to this limitation in our true ability by their essays, their exams, their assessments, among other things. When you sit on the exam, you don't pass, you don't reach the passing mark that the institution has set, they give you a fail mark, telling you that you are not good enough for this. And you sit back and say, oh, damn, you feel within yourself you are a failure. But maybe you're having a bad day. You're just having a bad day that day. Or maybe you might not just be good in that particular thing, but you have the potential to do something different. What is your true potential? What can I do? You see, most of the greatest people on earth today did not finish formal education. I was thinking about that. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, today in fact, I think a few weeks ago, he was pronounced as the first trillionaire. They said this man had money that if he was to use $1 million a day, he will have to live 229 years before his money can run out. Can you imagine? He didn't finish formal education, but he had gone to he discovered his true potential. He discovered his true power. And he has used that power to influence the world. To me, that is success. That is success. You see, that is why when I said to you that success is predictable, I meant that success is predictable. And just as success is predictable, failure is also predictable. And now you might be wondering, what do you mean by that? How can we predict success? How can I predict that I'm going to succeed? It's easy. It's easy for you to predict that you are going to succeed because you see, life is designed to function by law. Everything we do is designed to function by law. LAWS, laws. Life is designed to function by laws. Let me give you an example. You live in Australia, there are laws that govern us. The government passed law through parliament, through the court, and everything you can imagine. These laws are designed to protect you. Why it is true that we might think that the laws are designed to punish us? No, the laws are actually designed to protect you. But even in the law, there is punishment. That's where we missed. The intent of the law is to protect you, but within the law, there is a layout punishment. Why is it? Because when you violate the law, then you must face the consequences of that, the punishment. But the original intent of it is to protect you. So, for example, the law around speeding, let's just give you an example. It's designed to protect you that you will not speed, crash your car, kill someone, or do any other thing. As long as you continue to obey that particular law, you will never get a speeding ticket from police. You never get a speeding ticket from the speed camera. You never get a speeding ticket. Are you not protected? You are protected. Until you violate that law or someone else's violate that law and run into your car, or you violate the law and do something, then the punishment become effective. So you see, laws are designed to protect you. So when I said success is predictable, it's because God who created us, it is in his best interest for us to succeed. I was created by God, just like you. However you think it, whether you accept it or not, until scientists can prove otherwise. I know they have come out to say, oh, people, these evolution theorists, they have everything to say. The big question that I ask them, if you say human evoluted, they came from chimpanzee or ape, and through time they became human, why is it that is not happening now? Why is it there is no record of any half human and half chimpanzee or half ape that we have seen anywhere? Because that is not true. I'm not a scientist and I'm not going into what I believe is what I share with you. But what I'm saying is that the interest of God who created you and I, it is in his best interest for us to succeed. And that's why he put laws for us to follow. And if we follow those laws, we are automatically going to succeed. Now, the success that is laid out by God may not be the materialistic success that you have envisioned. It might not be, but it is in his interest that we succeed. Here's the point I'm going to make to you, and I hope you grab this. When I said success is predictable, I'm running out of time, so I might not be able to lay out the other 4 questions, but I'm going to end with it. When I say success is predictable, here is an example, and I want you to think. Please think. You see, the success of any product protects the reputation of the manufacturer. Let me repeat that. The success of any product protects the repetition of the manufacturer. God is the manufacturer of human being. For us to succeed is in his best interest, and our success protects his reputation, because if we do not succeed, then obviously we are bringing his reputation to disrepute. Let me give you an example. iPhone. Apple developed iPhone. They sell iPhone. What's the latest one now? iPhone 17 Pro Max or whatever. I don't use iPhone, so I don't even know the different Mac. But let's just say iPhone 17 Pro Max. The success of that production of iPhone 17 Pro Max, whatever it is, protects the reputation of Apple, the Apple company. How? So they produce this phone, they sell it to millions of people. The more people buy that phone and use the phone without any problems, without any complaint, the reputation of that particular company that produces that phone is protected. They can stand and boast of their product. So at the end of the day, every manufacturer who produces something, their goal is to have that product succeed. And but when that product succeeds, their image, their reputation is protected. So now, I'm going to put this in a very practical sense. You buy your iPhone 17 Pro Max from a retailer, you come home, you open the box. The first thing you see in that box is a set of laws, which we call the menu. The manufacturer has laid out so much law in that book. And that law is telling you how to use their product. Not many of us actually read the menu of the phones and know what it is to do, but everything that the phone is supposed to do is laid out in that book, in that law that the manufacturer has given to you. So when you open the box, the first thing you will see is that little book called the menu of the phone. It tells you all about the phone, because you know why? The best person that knows anything about a product is the manufacturer. He knows everything about the product. Now, it gets interesting. You open the box, You take out the menu. Some of us never even had the patience to read it. We put it aside. We assume that we know how to use the phone. We charge it and start using it and start downloading all the different apps and something. But if we were to read through those book, through that book with all of the information, that information in that book from the manufacturer guide us as to what the phone can do. And why is it there? Because the manufacturer has already tested the phone and knows that it's capable of doing everything he lay out in that particular book. That this phone can make a phone call. He has tested that it can make a phone call. It can send text messages. It can do video calls. It can do everything is laid out in that book. Why? Because the manufacturer has tested it and he's confident that it can do these things. Now, it even gets better. I want you to think. Success is predictable. This is what I'm telling you. It gets better. In that very book, there are 2 pages. Sometimes it's in the book, and sometimes it's an additional page that is added to it. One is called a guarantee, and one is called a warranty. Now, there's a difference. Not many of us are actually really sat down and actually looked at it and tried to understand why is this thing called a warranty and a guarantee. Now, here's one guarantee. The manufacturer is guaranteeing you. He does not know you. He never know you by name. He does not care where you are. But as long as you have his product in your hand, that book, he is guaranteeing you that, look, by the name of our company and our reputation, iPhone, everything that we say that this phone will do, we guarantee you that this phone can do this thing within this period of time. And if it does not do what we have said it should do, yes, our guarantee, you will send it back to us. We will repair it at our own cost. We will ship it back to you at our own expense. We will do everything to make sure that phone live up to what we have promised you in the menu we have given to you. These people don't know you. Why do you think they do that? They don't do that because they like you. They don't do that because they care about you. No, they are only doing that to protect their name, their reputation. Because at the end of the day, they want their product to succeed. And by the success of their product, protect their reputation. Think about it. Now, the next thing they also have in that book, not just the guarantee, but they also give you a warranty. They're telling you that this product, we're giving you 2 years or 4 years or 5-year warranty that this thing can do these things. Now, here's the problem. If something was to go wrong, in fact, most of us don't even do this. When you buy a new product, the first thing you're supposed to do, technically, if you open the menu book and something like that, you're supposed to register your detail with the company. That's how they get to know you. So you fill in your detail, that notification goes to them. They know, oh, Nush actually bought our product. He's in New South Wales. So when something goes wrong, they're able to reach you directly. We don't even do that. But here's the thing. If something was to go wrong with that product, you go back to where you bought it from the dealership. The first thing they say, okay, no problem, give it back to us. We are going to send it back to the manufacturer, no cost to you as a customer. Because hang on, if this thing is causing this problem, the reputation of this company is at stake. So give it back to us. We are going to send it back to the manufacturer, telling them what you say is wrong with this product. We'll send it back to them. They will repair it at their own cost. They will send it back to you to make sure that this thing is working. Laws. Now, here is why I'm saying it's predictable, and everything is designed by laws. Laws protect the product and the integrity of it. Within that iPhone, the box that you unpack, the menu there, lay out the laws. If you were to violate the law of that phone, for example, they did not tell you that the phone, you can put it in water and stay there for 2 days. And if you were to go and put it in water and stay there for 2 days, And that's a violation of the law of the manufacturer. If something goes wrong, you cannot contact the manufacturer and say, oh, something is wrong with my phone because I put in water for 2 days. It's on you. So if you follow the law that is laid out by the manufacturer for his product, definitely you meant to succeed. Let me give you another example before we close. Let's take, for example, a car. You buy a BMW. I'm using BMW because I love it. I drive it a lot. It's good. But let's say you buy a BMW. Same thing apply. BMW set out laws to protect their product and their image. They tells you, they recommend what sets of fuel you should put in the car. They recommend that for repair, use only genuine parts from BMW. Take it to only BMW dealership for servicing. They say all these things. Now, as long as you continue to abide by the laws that is laid out by the BMW as a company for their product, you are protected. When something goes wrong, they fix it because it is not your fault. Now, you often see at times when they have done their research and stuff like that, and they find out that there's something wrong with some of their car between certain years, they do what they call a national recall. They say cars manufactured between 2015 to 2020, this model or this one, please take it to our dealership. We have found something with the airbag, that there's some faulty problem with the airbag. Please take it to our company at no expense to you. We'll repair it. Why do you think they do that? They do that to protect their reputation, the reputation of the company, their image, that BMW sign, that Porsche sign, that Mercedes. All of these companies you see, the only reason why they do all of these things is to protect their image. Because when the product succeeds, it their image and reputation. So this is why I said that's successful. So the predictability of that is those things are set out with laws. When you follow those laws of all of those things that is laid out by the manufacturer, you definitely will enjoy your car for as long as you can enjoy it for. But if the manufacturer suggested or recommended that you should put, let's say, high grade fuel, maybe 98, and you went and put high grade orange juice like this one in the vehicle, you are violating the law of the manufacturer. Don't you expect to have problem with the vehicle? Obviously, you're going to have a problem with the vehicle. How can you not go back to him and say, hey, the car I bought from you, it doesn't drive properly because I put orange juice in the tank instead of petrol. It's not his fault. So life is designed in the same way. Life is designed in the same way that there are laws that govern us. When we violate those laws, we are definitely predicted to fail. When we follow those laws as laid out by the manufacturer, we are definitely destined to succeed. For example, gravity is a law. It's a natural law. You cannot violate it. If you violate gravity, man, disaster is yours. So, in order for us to have a true meaning of life, and not just get up, go to work, eat, sleep, get up, go to work, eat, sleep. Some of us, this is our normal routine. Get up, go to work, eat, sleep. Get up, go to work, eat, sleep. These four things. Some of us, this is our normal routine for many years. We are living his life without purpose, without meaning, because we have yet to discover one, our true identity. Two, we're yet to discover where we're from. Three, we're yet to discover our true power and our potential. So we are stuck in what we do. with one thing, and because we are not able to get out of that cycle, so we just get up, go to work, eat, sleep. We do it all over again. So, my friends, I want to leave this with you. Please think about this. Life is more than what we see around us. It's more than that. Use your time that you have, whether it's your skill, good on you, whether it is your or whatever you can use it to impact someone. Use it to transform and help spirit fill someone's life. Because you see, everything that you have around you, if you think success is the wealth, the cars, the money, the things you have around you, if you think that is what is success, let me shock you. You might not live to see tomorrow, because tomorrow is never guaranteed for you. You may have all the wealth, but tomorrow is never guaranteed. So every day that comes, live every day as though that is your last. Meaning, live every day, not being careless with your life, but live every day as knowing for the word that after today I have done something, whether it be a little or nothing, to inspire, to encourage, to motivate, to help someone in a way that that person can become a better person. Some of us, we are so negative. Everything about us is negative. We never think. In fact, the moment we hear negative thing, oh, we gravitate to that. Positive things are never in our mind. That is not helping us. I normally say to my friends, I don't hold anyone at heart. Why am I going to get upset with you for so long when sometimes I'm even upset with you? You don't even care that I'm upset with you. Think about it. Sometimes you are angry with someone and that person don't even care whether you're angry with them. So why do it on it? That's me. But live every day as though that is your last. And think about this. Ask yourself the four important questions we discussed tonight. And hopefully next time I'm with you, we will talk about the last two. If you can find a true meaning to who you are, ask yourself the question, who am I? Remember, it's a question of self-identity. Have you identified yourself? Have you? And if you have, then the next question that I want you to ponder on is, where am I from? Where are you from? Oh, I'm from Japan. Good on you. That's not what it is. I'm from Australia. Perfect. That's why I'm from Australia too. Even though some people do not want to agree with it, and that's their problem. But it is not a question about your geographical origin or geographical location or your ethnicity. It's the question of, where is my source? Where is my source? Think about it. Where am I from? Where am I from? It's a very deep question. And if you can find where you're from, then it will be easy for you to identify who you are. And once those two things are established, then you move to the next stage of identifying, why am I here? Why am I in this position? Why am I in this company? Why am I in this environment? Why am I among this team? Why am I here? Am I just here because, oh yes, I saw the test, I passed the test, and I have so yes? No, think more than that. You are there for a reason. And once you identify why you are there, you will start to show why you're there. People will easily see the reason why you're there. If it is just because of you, your lifestyle will help other people to think differently, to be positive, to think out of the box, to make them to know that Yes, when things are falling around you, life is not all over. There is still light at the end of the tunnel. And the next thing you must try and identify is, what is my true power? What is my potential? See, when you identify your true power and your potential, if you are doing a 9 to 5 job and you don't like it, Monday morning, you hit Monday morning because you don't even want to get up from bed to go to work because you hit this thing, but you are stuck in there because you need to pay your mortgage, you need to pay all the bills. Until you discover your true power and your true potential, leaving that 9 to 5 job becomes like that easy for you, because you know that when you step out of it, you are still able to succeed. Because success is not measured by what you do. Success is not measured by what you do and to what other people have done. No, success is not measured by what you have done to what other people have done. No, success is measured by what you have done and what you are capable of doing. Oh, today you might feel that you are successful because you own a house, you buy one of the fancy car, you got a well-paying job, you got a beautiful family, everything is working well for you, you got good health, you feel you are successful. And so when someone is talking, you look at the next person, oh, this person doesn't have a house, I got a house, so I feel successful. My brother, you are lying to yourself. That's not what success is, because you're not measuring your success to another person. Yes, you may have all of those things, but is that what you are capable of doing, or can you do more? I used to hate when I hear people say the rich people always want to get more, because they are not measuring their riches in terms of their financial wealth and material wealth to what they have achieved, but they are measuring it to what they are capable of achieving. And that's why they want to get more, because they know that they are not limited by what they have, $1 million, $2 million, then you feel happy. No, they know they are capable of getting more, and that's why they excel. And when we start to think about in that direction, then we will know that the true meaning of personal success is not measured by what we have done, but what we are capable of doing. I leave this very funny story with you as we close. I heard this, whether it's true or not, I'm not sure, but I'll share it with you. A gentleman bought, and this guy was from South Africa. Sorry to all my South African friends. It's just a joke. I heard it, and I'm just going to share it. He bought a German car, BMW, from BMW, one of the dealerships in South Africa. And then he called the dealership to report that he was having some problem with the car. And the lady said to him, so what is wrong with the car? And he's like, well, this car is a piece of shit, for lack of a better word. My first BMW I had, a 300 series. It was a manual BMW. When I put in one, we go. When I put in two, we go. This one, you gave me an automatic car. Only drive in the day. And then the lady's like, what do you mean you can only drive in the day? He's like, oh, well, when I put it in D for day, it will go forward. And then when I put it in for night, it doesn't move. And then she passes on laughing. She's like, no, what did you say? He's like, yeah. It's car is a piece of shit. It only drive in the day. When I put it in D, meaning drive, he considering drive to mean day. When I put it in D, the car can go forward. It's drive all well and fine. But at night, when I put it in N, meaning the neutral, he put it in for neutral, he's thinking that it's night. It doesn't go anywhere. It stops. And then she's like, well, I'm sorry to say the N does not mean at night. The N mean neutral. He said, no. It's a piece of shit. Even when I put it in race, I mean the arrow for reverse, but he said his understanding was arrow means to race. So he said, when I put it in race arrow, the car start to go backward. That's a joke. All right. So just just to say complete misunderstanding of what he saw wrong with the car. And this is the same way some of us look at life today. Completely misunderstand what life is. We completely misunderstand what the true meaning of success is. And so sometimes I sit and think about it. If you have all the money in the world, what would it do for you? What would it do for you? You might live comfortably. Money may not be your problem again, but there are people who have money and they have more problem than you can imagine. Mm-hmm. You heard me right. There are people who have money that you wish you had, but they have more problem than you can imagine. I was talking to a friend 2 days ago as I close. I got 5 more minutes. I was talking to a friend 2 days ago, and he was worried about money and stuff like that. I said, hey, come on, think about these things. Everyone needs money. I can't tell you. I need money too, because money helps us to do a lot of things. No doubt about that. But money is not all to life. So I said to him, I said, look, yeah, I can't tell you you don't need money, but I want you to think more than that. Even if you had all the money in this world, will you be happy? He said no. I said, good. So then let money not be the focus. Because there are people, millionaires, billionaires in the world, who want something that you have. They have money, but they are lacking a lot of things. There are people who have money and they have poor health. They're spending millions of dollars to surgeons and doctors and everything you can imagine to help them, give them the health that you and I enjoy. Yes. And that's why every day of my life, when I look around me, I can tell my friend, I'm grateful. What I do for work, I feel privileged that I have the opportunity to do it. It is not right for me to do what I do for work. I never consider it as a right. I consider it as a privilege because it is not mine. Today I can get out of there today. Today they can decide we don't want you anymore. But what will be my mentality to that? If today they decide they don't want me anymore, it saddens me. But would that be the end of me? No. Before I had that work, I existed. And after that, I will still exist. That is my mindset. So, regardless of where you find yourself today, think about it. Nothing should limit you. Do not let anything hold you down that you think that without that thing you cannot move forward. Life is more than what you see. I want to thank you and thank you all for your comment. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to read through all of your comment tonight and reply to it, but I will look through it and I'll comment. But I thank you for all of your comment and suggestion and feedback. Thank you for those of you who are currently watching live, and for those of you who will watch later. Thank you, and I hope this makes sense to you, and I hope this has inspired you some way to think differently and look around you. That the words of a wise man once said, he said, everything is vanity. Everything. You can have everything in this world. It means nothing. Because when life is gone, it's gone. You will be missed for 1 or 2 weeks, a month, or maybe a year, most, and that's it. You are gone. But what you leave behind, not immaterial things, the legacy that you leave behind, in the way, in the repetition you said, the conduct of your character will live on. People will reference you. Today, you see people speaking about other world leaders, not because they left millions of dollars in the bank account, and no, because of their character, because of what they stood for. There are many world leaders today that some we can't even remember because the world do not remember them because they stood for nothing. So let that apply to you. Wherever you find yourself, Do not just follow the crowd. Do not just do what every other person is doing. Even if you will be considered as the odd one among them, stand up for what you believe and what you hold on, because your character will support you. Your repetition will determine your success. Remember, success is predictable. The success of a product protects the repetition of the manufacturer. Thank you all. God bless you and have yourself a wonderful night. Good luck to all the people supporting New South Wales, the Blues tonight. I hope we can have a great win. And unfortunately, to my friends from Queensland, if we win, I mean, you can understand that someone has to win. If we don't win, and if Queensland win, well, it will not be the desired outcome, but life goes on, we move on. And cheers. Have a wonderful night. God bless you all.
Welcome to the Deep Mind podcast, where truth speaks louder than noise. You get that. Late nights, deep thoughts, searching for the meaning. World moving fast, but nobody is healing. Everybody talking, but nobody listening. Too much division, too much pretending. We speak about life, pain, purpose, and power. Conversations that can change you in an hour. From the struggle to success, from faith to survival. Real stories, real people, real revival.
Open your mind, let your soul breathe. There's more to this life than what we see. No fear, no limits, no disguise. Truth lives when the deep mind rise. Welcome to the deep mind, where the real ones speak freely. Conversations that inspire, touching hearts deeply. We question the system, we challenge the